Alright, thank you guys for watching. For my watchers, those who watch the watchers and my sneaking peeks. Guys, I know I've got a number of test ride videos here. It was only 3 bikes. The longest one will be next week's. And I'm putting those on Wednesdays. The reason why is I noticed I don't have as many watchers on Wednesdays. But the people who watch all of my stuff, well, they might enjoy the longer videos. If not, I'm very sorry. As you can see, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. I am testing the Breakout 117. It is a fabulous bike. I talked a little bit about it on the first video, which was the mix of all of them taken out. This is a great bike. I mean, I'm over 6'4", but my knees are shot, my back is shot. Only thing I need on this is a backrest, and I would be golden. This is a great bike for a day-to-day ride. Let's go out and have some fun type ride. It's very comfortable. It has a great forward seat for how my legs sit compared to Pan American. Pan American, my knees are bent backwards. I really can't bend that way anymore. I'm a little too old for that, and my knees are too damaged. It doesn't have a windscreen. If I owned it, I would probably put a removable windscreen because there's days you want and days you don't. Today, I wouldn't really want one. It's 90-something. But this is a great bike. This is the blue. I really want to see the green in person. I've seen it on paper, but I want to see it in person. Okay, paper I mean by computer. This is cool. It's got a lot of power. I wanted to take her out a little heavier, if you know what I mean. But we're on a test ride. I don't own the bike. It's not a friend's bike who said, hey, go out and try it. So I'm trying to do it so that it's not going to hurt the bike. It's going to still be a good bike for anyone who else tests it, and it's within the rules of which they have given us of how to ride. So why do I do test rides? Well, I do have a 3-wheeler. I love my 3-wheeler. My trike is great. It's actually in for the 50,000 mile service. You guys, I think you'll have seen a little tidbit of that. But I love going out on 2 wheels. It's very fun. I can't do it all the time. My knees won't let me, but I like being able to have the chance to do it whenever I can. It's really fun, and this particular bike was great. I can see everything on it. Yes, the speedometer is, for my taste, a little small, and in the bright sun, was kind of hard for me to see. I know there's a way to change it, but we didn't have time before the ride for me to change it so I could see that. I wasn't as worried about the speedometer because we're in a team. Whatever other people are going is what I'm going. For the tack, who cares? You can hear it, you can feel it. What gear you're in, you should be able to remember that. There's only 6 gears. 1 down, 5 up. Come on, guys. We all know that. Older bikes where you had 1 down, 3 up, no problem. The 5, whatever. Just remember where you're at, what you're doing, the way it feels. Sometimes you're going to have her, clog up on you a touch, but go for it. Yeah, I'm shooting these in 360 for capability-wise. It makes it easier to edit, and it shows it so that I can give a better definition of all the different bikes. Because, yeah, I'm talking about the bike I'm on, but it's fun. I don't know about anybody else. I love going out on these test rides where I'm out there with other people, and we're having some fun. We're able to get together and enjoy a test ride. Some people are out there going, I'm going to buy a bike and I need to find the bike I want. I have a bike I want. Would I love another one? Yeah, I just don't have the money right now. Could I buy a used one? Yeah, but I'm trying to save up and pay off a lot of stuff because when I retire here in a few years, I don't want to owe anybody anything. I'm working, and at the end of my work, everything is paid off but the house, and we're not staying in this house anyways, so I'm not worried about not being paid off. What we've already paid off will easily buy a house where we're looking at moving. Where are we moving? That's still up in the air. We've got another 4 years to figure that out. But does that mean I'm going to not do a test ride? No, I love to. Plus, it keeps me skilled on my 2-wheel rides. I'm not always going to have a chance to go on a 2-wheeler. As much as I can, I get on them. These test rides are a great way to keep up your skills. If I had another bike, I would gladly ride it more often. I did have a two-wheeler, which I got rid of. It had well over 100,000 miles. It was 14 years old, which kind of blows my mind that my bike's 2 years old and I've already got 50 on it. Something tells me I'm more comfortable in this one, mainly because my back and knees got hurt in the Army over 30 years ago, and I've just dealt with it. The way the bike is right there, or the view is, I'm doing that more so you can see the beautiful scenery around us and how clear it is. Yeah, there are a few clouds in the sky. Right now it's beautiful straight blue, but it's also 90-something. Right there is in the 80s. You can see the other riders. Yes, I forgot to put my gloves on. Sorry. I'm not perfect. I've never said I was. I don't know anybody who is. But we're out, we're riding. This is a very comfortable bike. If I had a bike like this, would I have, ended up giving it up when I went for my trike? Probably, because it got to the point where the 800 to 900 pounds on a bad knee when you're having to hold it up at a stoplight just wasn't really going. And my other knee's worse. My back couldn't get on and off it as easily, and I found on the trike, I just put my knee on, I swing over, the backrest is very comfortable, and it's a very good bike. But I do love these. Now, for this one, we are taking the longer tour. No, this is not the long tour video. The reason why is, well, the battery died and I didn't notice it, and I'm sorry, on a test ride, you can't go, hey, can we stop a minute so I can change batteries? Life is such. As you can see, we're all having a good time. There's a good number of bikes on this ride. We have people who are newer. We have people who have more experience. It is so fun going out with people. When you're going out on a group like this, everybody is doing what they're supposed to. I'm amazed. I've been on some rides where you're not really sure about everybody, but you try and keep the pace. You try and keep everybody happy. Sometimes you're going, okay, these people know what they're doing because you've talked to them a little bit, and you find out, no, they don't. This, people are not as skilled, so you back off a lot more. But when you're out with somebody who is, you might be a little closer. So our times are a little farther apart. This is more like about a second and a half. Usually if I'm in a big group and we have a number of people who have the bigger bikes and they talk like they've been riding for years, I'm assuming you know what you're doing, and I'm keep it within a second or less. Something like this, I don't know how long you've been riding. I'm gonna keep it about a second and a half, 2 seconds back. I know people who keep even farther back. It's not a big deal. But man, these bikes are great. Harley does a really good job with their test rides. I wanted to go test riding with BMW, and this is the local BMW dealer, and he's like, oh yeah, no problem. Can I see your credit card for a minute? I'm like, why? He goes, well, I'm going to put $4,000 on here, so if you wreck the bike, it's covered. I'm like, you what? I don't plan to wreck the bike, so I wasn't too worried about it, but the simple fact that they're putting $4,000 that I might need at a later date quickly, how long is it going to stay on there? You don't know. So you got to pay attention to that. Now, not all BMW dealers do that. Honda dealers seem very strange when you want to test ride a bike. It was funny, when I was in Texas, I'd go into the dealership and right there in New Braunfels, instantly, hey, no problem, sure, let me get a bike, let me get somebody going with you, and you take a test ride. It's really good. Here in Maryland, nope, they do not want you test riding their bikes unless you're saying, yes, I'm buying this bike, I want to test ride it so I can buy it, and then if you don't buy it, you're not test riding there again. I'm like, these people are nuts. I want to test ride a bike to see if I like it or not. And Honda doesn't do the big truck of, hey, here's all these bikes. A couple of Indian dealers do it, but not the ones near me, and it's an hour-plus drive to the one that does. Have I tried Indian? Yeah, they seem like nice enough bikes. I had tested one out, and I was like, hey, this is a pretty good bike. And then for me to get a trike, they're like, oh, well, we do this one already, the reverse trike. I go, I don't like those. They go, well, that's what we do. But you can get this kit and have them put on. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm going to buy a new bike for X dollars, and I'm going to add a kit, which is almost the same cost. which makes it much more expensive than the Harley, and I lose my warranty because I put a trike on. Well, it's just the rear of the bike. I didn't like that idea, so I'm like, no, I'll go with Harley, who I've got a warranty and everything, so that I know everything is good to go for the minimum of 2 years. I bought the extended because I ride a lot and I want to make sure my bike's covered. I also did the VIP with Old Glory for the simple fact of that basically paid for every oil change I've had so far. It does the major services. It doesn't do brakes. No big deal. I've paid for those. Those are not that expensive. And I got tires for life. I thought that is fabulous. All I gotta do is pay for the install. And I'm like, cool, because I go through a number of tires and everything else much sooner than the average person. So if you're, one of those 5,000 or less a mile a year, might not pay off as much, but I'm over 20 a year on average. So it's paying off pretty well. Now back to the Breakout. The Breakout is a really good bike. It's fun. I love the farther apart bars. I call them California bars. Other people call them pullbacks. I feel it's very comfortable. I was able to put my camera on in such a way that it could get pictures of the bike, myself, and everything without blocking the gauges. Yes, you can get lowers on it. I would just go with the engine guard. I would go with the small packs on the back, the leathers. I would change out the seat because my wife would not like this seat. She likes a wider seat in the back because those little seats, the small ones, just do not fit for her. We're older. She wants more comfort. I will get her more comfort. But this would be more for me just running around having fun type bike. I would probably still use it to go to work because I still go to work every day, or on average 5 days a week. Guys, I hope you enjoy. This is pretty much the end of the video, so I'm going to finish it off with music. Hopefully you didn't mind me talking all this. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, do that. If you have, thank you very much, and I hope you guys are having a great day. We'll see you later.